Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, Techman, set in Hokkaido and supplied to us today by Paul Anderson, 37. So moving on to our briefing, 47 is now a Techman and has some extra targets on the list. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them along with a free map. And for today's challenge we'll be starting as the resort staff. We're going to have a silenced pistol stored up in the morgue storage, and we'll be bringing with us a professional screwdriver and the Seeker 1. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to select our screwdriver as quickly as possible and open the doors to the rec room or the games room and throw our screwdriver down the corridor behind us. We're then going to select our Seeker 1 and we are going to shoot the non-target enforcer, housekeeping staff member in the back. And when he finally gets sick and the effects take place, we can retrieve our screwdriver. We're then going to wait for him to move off before also making his colleague sick, who is our target. So we're just going to open the door, shoot him with our Seeker 1, and then select our screwdriver. We're going to wait for him also to vacate the area. And we are going to tamper with his dance mat while he's away. So once both of our friends here have vacated the area, we're going to turn the games console to expert mode, and then we are going to play with the wires in the dance mat, and when our target returns he will have a shockingly bad day. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to happen, we are going to make our way out of the area up onto the balcony, and we are heading for the sleeping quarters, which is right where we were, but the door is key coded and we don't have the key, which is a bit weird as we are a staff member and this is the staff sleeping quarters. So we're going to grab the Neuro remote from one of the beds there, and then we're just going to wait right here for the return of the enforcer to the rec room. There he goes, before making our way into the other sleeping quarters, which is more than likely where our bunk is. And we will be very shortly rejoined by our target, who will immediately go back to his gaming session, and he will find that expert mode is a little harder than he anticipated. So once he works up a nice hot sweat, he will trigger the electrocution and he will have a shockingly bad day. If you go there, mate, anytime soon will do. There we go. So you was about to set a nice high score. Unfortunately, game glitches are prevalent in Hitman and you've just suffered one. So with our first target now dealt with, we are going to make our way over to the morgue where our next target is located, along with our silenced pistol and our next outfit. So we're going to head straight up into the morgue area. We're going to wait for the surgeon to put away his clipboard, make his way around the slab and pull out his camera. At that point we can then make our way past. We're going to grab our silenced pistol from the storage area here and then make our way further on to the security office where our next target is located. Now they are a screwdriver elimination to the best of my knowledge. Yep, there we go. So we're going to select our professional screwdriver, make our way into the room and introduce it to our guard here. We're going to take his outfit and deposit him in the closet provided, and while we're here we can also deal with the surveillance system itself. So at this point we now have a little bit of legwork to do, as we have a bit of running around to take care of. So we're going to now make our way over to the mortician over here. We're going to trigger the neuro chip remote, and then we're going to, once he's adjusted to that, trigger it again, and he will now be inevitably on his way to his doom. He's going to make his way very slowly out to the Tranquility Garden, where he will start to contemplate life, the universe and everything, and find it not to his liking, and he will exit the facility via the very, very quick method of falling down the mountain. While we're waiting for that to happen, we are going to make our way outside to the large snowcat. We are going to retrieve the propane cylinder from that snowcat, and we are then going to make our way up to the Tranquility Garden, making sure that we avoid both Yuki Yamazaki, our target, and the hospital director, both of whom are enforcers. We're going to make our way up to the small maintenance area here at the back of the Tranquility Garden, and we are going to drop our propane cylinder on the floor there so that it's leaking. About there will do nicely. We're then going to make our way as quickly as we can to our next target, who we are going to miss, but we don't need to worry about that just yet. We just need to gain access to Mr. Amos Dexter's apartment. So there is Mr. Dexter himself, just vacating the apartment. We're going to let him go for now, and we'll come back for him later on. What we do want is access to his apartment so that we can grab his packet of cigarettes, which he absolutely should not have. We are then going to take those cigarettes up to the sushi bar, and we are going to place them in Miss Yamazaki's little private cubicle. We're going to go around to the left and try our best to avoid the enforcer outside the cubicle. There we go. And then we are going to hop over the partition, add the packet of cigarettes to the pile of books, and then retreat back over the partition. Now Yuki Yamazaki is currently engaged in a conversation with the hospital director, and once that conversation has played out, she will make her way over to the sushi bar. She will find the cigarettes, and she will then go out into the Tranquility Garden and blow herself up. We are going to wait outside Mr. Dexter's room whilst the chief mortician throws himself off of the mountain, which will then be very quickly followed by Miss Yamazaki lighting up her cigarette and giving herself a flying lesson. And we will just wait right here while all of that happens, and eventually Mr. Dexter will return to his apartment. This does take a little while for everything to play out, but eventually it all goes according to plan, and once Mr. Dexter is safely into his apartment and nice and deep into the room, we're just going to drop him with a simple bullet to the head, and we are 5 for 5. So we are going to exit Mr. Dexter's room, make sure we close that door behind us so nobody sees him lying on the floor, and we are going to make good our escape by heading to the nearest available safe exit, which in this instance will be the cable car exit. So there we go, we have made it through one more trending contract, and once we get down off of this mounting and we are able to breathe the thicker air, my lungs are not working as they should, so the thin air is not doing me much good. We will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, we had no objectives, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.